Hello, I'm out walking my dog in my high-viz, talking about education. It is Simon Lewis here from unshaw.net, and I've called this season 2 because I have had the summer off from walking the dog, and I'm very glad of it because this high-viz is a winter high-viz and I don't have a summer one, and I would have been scalded. Luckily, it's back to normal weather conditions here in Carlow and it's raining. And it is one day to go before I start my 25th year as a primary school teacher. I think that means I've reached the top of the pay scale, hooray! But more importantly, what I want to do is I want to talk to you about what's going to be happening on unshaw.net for the next couple of months, and general sort of stuff that's happening in my world, because friends, it is things are going to be a little bit different from before, because this podcast or videocast, depending on how you're consuming it, is going to be 100% focused, more or less, on the unconvention. Over the summer, I've been doing a good bit of work in fine-tuning it, in asking other questions, and things have matured a lot. We have pretty much 7 established themes. We're always open to more, and I'm also opening it up for you to open your own unconvention. I've created a framework for how this is going to work, and really, I really think I've got something here that is quite interesting. If you don't mind me saying that myself, where we can now use social media to gather lots of information, get it analysed, and then come up with more interesting and deeper questions in order to solve some of the issues that happened that are part of a teacher's life. We've gone through quite a few of them at the moment. Some of you may remember reading was the first one, and we have a stage 1 report already out for the last couple of months, and we'll be looking to look at that again for stage 2. This week, if you don't already know or you haven't tuned in, we're back to special education. There's a lot of talk. It's all really honed in on SNAs, actually, which is kind of interesting. So the interesting thing about the unconvention is that it's really guided by the people who comment and who send me information and so on, and it's really interesting anyway, the SNA side of things, and about trust and why the 72 hours seems to be the big thing, and how we're going to solve that and how we're going to break that down, and I think it's something worth getting your teeth into and talking about. Next week we're going to be talking about Gaeilge. This is a new-ish topic. We've talked about it on the podcast before. I was very lucky to speak to a number of Gaeilgeoirí, people who promote Gaeilge. We've had a couple of discussions over the summer where there's a question mark over whether Irish should be compulsory for teachers and so on. So next week we're going to be talking about that. And I suppose the question of, can we have Gaeilge for all, or is it going to be Gaeilge for some? And what does that all look like? And what recommendations are we really going to have for the Irish language in our education system, and maybe beyond? Because I guess my opinion, for what it's worth, is if we can't just focus on the education system for Gaeilge, although it's a major part of it, but we need to look at other aspects of life. How do we get to speak it everywhere, if that's what we want to do? And my big question, I guess, is it what we really want to do? And if so, how, why, and what are we going to do about it? We'll carry on over the next few weeks on different areas and different topics, but if every week is going to be dedicated to a theme rather than everything going to be jumbled all over the place, which is how I think, but I think most people think in blocks. So that's what we're going to do there. Other than that, I've had, just to let you know what I've been doing all summer, if it's of any interest to you, I have had a really, really lovely summer, I have to admit. I think we all did, thanks to the beautiful weather. What an amazing summer we had. But while that was all going on, and we were all enjoying all of that, I managed to find some time to write a new project, which I'm really excited about. It's called Riabo, Riabo, and what Riabo is it is an app, as a website, but also an app where a school can set up a list of jobs that have to be done by everybody. So let's say, I think the most common example would be a kuntas misu, and they set the date or the deadline for the kuntas misu, and they send it out to their staff, and then the staff can upload it to their Google, to the principal's Google Drive via the website, and then it checks off that you've done it, so that the principal knows that it doesn't have to chase people and doesn't have to embarrass you in the middle of the staff room saying, by the way, can I get your kuntas misu in? Or come to your classroom and ask for your kuntas misu. And it also reminds you when these jobs are due. Kuntas misu is just one thing it can be. There's loads of other jobs. We're going to be using it. There's a load of templates. One is every year you have to confirm that you have the child protection guidelines in your classroom, or your statement in your classroom. So there's a checkbox kind of thing. I have this. You can use it for anything, really. I mean, the nice thing about it is you think of a job that you have to do as a staff. Riabo is able to do it. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you might have a look at it. There's also been a good few updates to schoolpolicy.ie. The most requested feature was one which has just been added for Policy Plus users, which is 10 sub-accounts for each school, so you don't have to share a username and password. That was one of the most frequent requests. There's also been a little bit of divvying up of the dashboard to make it more useful. So I hope that is of use to you. Look, loads to talk about this week. I'll be back almost every day, rain, hail or shine. Probably not hail, and probably not rain actually. Hopefully they will have a bit more shine. But listen, season 2, year 25. Man, let's keep walking the dog in the high-viz and talking about education. Thanks so much for all the lovely comments and well wishes and slagging off, because these videos are not the most flattering. All right, have a great year, everyone. Talk to you soon.